off, right? You got the one choice. Now you get his vice president. Now remember, like Lacey said, he's the oldest ever to run for president. Oldest man ever. Person ever.
So effectively, you might actually be voting for this
Yeah,
guy.
J.D. Vance. So here's David Pakman, and he's going to cover this. J.D. Vance is just a weirdo.
Of Mountain Dew, racist.
It is the weirdest thing to me. Democrats say that it is racist to believe, well, they say it's racist to do anything. I had a Diet Mountain Dew yesterday and one today. I'm sure they're going to call that racist too, but it's good. I love you guys.
Yeah.
He's just a weirdo. I don't. Little Jeb Bush energy. Joke didn't land. Oh, I love you guys. Mountain Dew's racist.
Okay.
Well, the only thing I can think of is, I guess, what was it in the past? Mountain Dew was initially, it was marketed as the hillbilly drink. And that, because he's a hillbilly, he's from the Appalachia, or Cincinnati, the
Wasn't
suburbs.
it
But
initially marketed as like a mixer for some sort of liquor, like?
yeah, when we were young, they used to mix it with stuff, but I don't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. But
I thought that was originally. I thought originally it was not really even marketed as like a cola on its own, but like as a mixer for some sort of liquor or something. I don't know.
it's basically, yeah, it's just like Coke with just more sugar, or Sprite with more sugar. I mean, I can't remember, but yeah, he's just weird. He's just a weird guy. He's got no energy. He's really bland. He tells a stupid joke. Nobody gets it. Then he laughs. I mean,
J.D. Vance, call Mike Pence. Call the guy who did the job before you. If you actually know who the guy is who did the job before you, don't you think it's a really good idea to call them and be like, so I've got this offer on the table here. What do I really need to know about this? Do I want this job? Would you do this job again?
Well, here's the thing, though, and I would say this. We'll watch another clip in a second, but he's actually Trump. When he picked him, Biden was running, and Trump was actually looked like Trump was going to win in the polls. Trump was up by a little bit, right? And the polls hadn't budged much. So he picks J.D. Vance probably because of the money, because J.D. Vance comes with Peter Thiel, who's a freaking billionaire and a right-wing nut job. Also a real sexist guy, but. So he picks J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance, he thinks is going to appeal to the base. He kind of does, except for J.D. Vance's wife is Indian. Her name's Usha. And that really pissed off the racist part of the base, because they don't trust him because he's got a brown wife. Right? So that kind of hurt a little bit. And now Kamala's running, and J.D. Vance wrote the foreword to the Heritage Foundation for Project 2025. And they're hammering home what a bland, greedy little racist, sexist suck-up he is. Right? And now it's hurting Trump in the polls. So now, if Trump loses, like Lacey pointed out, who do you think Trump supporters are going to blame? They're not going to blame Trump. They're going to blame J.D. Vance. So he's basically signed over his career on the hope that he thought Trump would win. It was a huge gamble. And Lacey said he's kind of fucked. I don't know where he goes from here, other than down, unless Trump wins, which
And
I don't see it happening.
And they're probably really, hoping it will help them get Ohio.
Well, maybe. The problem is he's not popular in Ohio. And Trump's going to get Ohio anyway. I mean, I don't see Trump losing Ohio. It's kind of a bad state to pick. If you wanted to pick one, Arizona would be a good one to pick, But, yeah, he's just a weird, bland guy. I'll also remind you, this is the guy who thinks divorce should be illegal, or wants to get rid of no-fault divorce. And he thinks you should stay in a divorce even if you're being abused. Physically. He said that. He's a freaking nut. He's anti-abortion, very anti-women's rights. Yeah, he's out there. Here's another clip of him from David Beckman.
Country is absolutely disgraceful. Let me get a little philosophical here. I imagine most of you did not vote for Joe Biden, and if you did, welcome aboard. We're glad to have you. But if you want to run for president, you've got to make your case to voters. You make your case to voters. That's what President Trump did, even though he would have already been the president. And even though he was by far the most popular person in the Republican Party, he ran for the Republican presidential nomination. He faced some good competition, and he made his case to voters. The idea of selecting the Democrat Party's nominee because George Soros and Barack Obama and a couple of elite Democrats got in a smoke-filled room and decided to throw Joe.
There's always a rich Jewish man behind the scenes somewhere. All paths lead back to that.
Biden overboard. That is not how it works. That is a threat to democracy, not the Republican Party, which is fighting for democracy.
You know, I highly doubt.
That was it. So he immediately goes into, it's the rich Jewish guy that picked Kamala. And this speech was so bad that Fox News cut away. Fox News cut him off after 10 minutes of his hour-long speech.
Oh. Well, they love racist bullshit.
Yeah, but it got to the point where it was all the conspiracy shit, and he was saying the 2020 election wasn't valid and all that. Well, remember, Fox just settled for $750+ million for lying about the election. So they can't have that shit. And then he's spewing all this up again. Fox, but he is so boring. You see that? Well, I mean, they're going to say it's right. They say everything's racist. They say Mountain Dew's racist. Pause for laughter. Crickets. I mean, he's just... The other one we'll get into next week because I don't know. I didn't get enough about it. Was the I guess he told somebody that he had sex with a couch once. So,
What?
yeah. He pleasured himself between the cushions of a couch. I'm like, okay. Well, you know what's worse? I think the couch was a minor.
Oh my goodness.
But that's why everybody, you got to get out there and vote. Get off your couch and vote. Or if you're JD Vance, maybe the couch gets off you. I don't know if that works.